with 6 weeks to go, this would mark a very important week in this whole training process. This week I would be, at the end of the week, I'd be working up towards some heavy singles, which would ultimately reflect the kind of weight I will be hopefully using for my second attempt to come to meet. So it would be there or thereabouts the kind of weight, but it would give me an idea of how well things were moving at the moment, with ultimately 5 weeks out after this week was over. Before that though, we had the volume days, and this week overall was a very, very different week compared to any other week I've ever had, purely because for this week I had a mentor slash coach work with me for the first time ever in my year-long powerlifting career. I was lucky enough to have a chap called Andrew move onto the estate where the gym is, and he has been competing in powerlifting for about 13 years, and he's a seriously strong dude. So he was with me on some of these sessions, and he was giving me some pointers going forward, and he'll be working with me in the build up to this meet. In fact, this clip here was when Andrew walked in during my pause squat session, and I'm just going to let you guys watch this just so you can hear kind of motivational cues that he shouts, and you know how it was helping me in this squat workout.
Let's go, come on. Squat. Up. Got it. You got this, man. You got this. Whoop. You got this, Dan. Let's go. Let's go to work now. Come on. Whoop. You got one more there, mate. You got to fight it. Do not fucking quit. Up. Up. Right.
So as you can see, it was a very, very different environment to when I'm usually training solo. Just having someone there to shout at you, encourage you, give you cues, just give you confidence in yourself and confidence in the session. It made a huge difference, you know, and I hit 140 for 4 pause reps, which, you know, is a massive PR, and it just felt really, really strong. And I left that session and I just was so buzzing about the whole session. And I think that momentum carried through to the rest of the week, because on this Tuesday here I was doing close grip bench press and some deficit deadlifts, and I was training on my own again, apart from obviously having a spot here from Josh, but I just felt a lot more confident of my ability, hit another big PR here on close grip bench press, and things overall are just feeling really good. And this week there's just been a lot of positive momentum and positive reinforcement going out throughout the whole week. So I was looking forward to the last 2 days where I'd be working up to those heavy singles, so all was going well. After the close grip bench, I moved on to 3-inch deficit deadlifts with out of belt, and these were moving really well today. This 455 just moved super fast, and even one of the guys in the gym said, "Oh my God, it just looked ridiculously easy," and it just felt like sort of play weight, which was really encouraging. Next set was up to 170. Obviously felt heavier, but still moving pretty well. Kind of getting my tightness dialed in here, so deadlifts are actually feeling really good at the moment. So and you'll see that later on at the end of the video what they end up resulting in. So my planned top set for this day was 185 for 4, and I mean, hit it pretty easy. It was definitely a 9 to a 9.5 RPE, but in the grand scheme of things, you know, to hit 4 reps beltless with 185 off a 3-inch deficit is a big PR. So yeah, things are generally moving really well during these sessions. So now we move on to the first day of the intensity workouts, and this was the big one. This was the squat session. The plan was to work up to 175 for a single. So this is just the first one of the build-up sets. Is the 170 for a single. Had Andrew here on this day, giving me some pointers and giving me some confidence and encouragement. So he was also giving me the competition commands, squat and rack, which is really helpful because it just gets you confidence and gets you into the mindset of doing that every single time, so you don't foul lift for a stupid reason. To be honest with you, these weren't moving as well as I'd hoped they would. That 170 got a bit sticky there in the middle, but I was planning out my technique a bit, and I shouldn't really change too much. However, the actual form of the squats looked a lot better than what they have done in previous sessions. I'm sitting a lot more into my hips and onto my heels now, so it looks a lot tidier, but it did feel slower at the hole. I think one of the issues was I was trying to keep my torso pinned vertical, and I was getting no assistance from my hips. And over the last few weeks, I've kind of learned to get my hips involved into the movement, even with my narrow stance. So I think I need to go back and just have a look at that again. But this is the 175 squat. So as you can see, it did go a bit slow in the middle, but it moved faster than the 170 before it. But it was a very tight looking squat, so overall I'm really happy. But yeah, just need to tweak a few things, and I feel like I need to get my confidence up a little bit on the squat before the competition. But things are moving well. If I hit a 175 squat in the competition, I'll be pretty happy. But I would like to break the 400 pound mark and go for 182.5. That's the big aim. Then we moved on to pause bench. Andrew kind of recommended a few tweaks in my setup, but we decided not to change anything, just because it's too close to the meet, and we'll work on a form and technique and things once the meet's over. We worked to 107.5, which, as you'll see, then when it worked, really moved really well. Sorry, and he was also giving me proper, IPF regulation pauses as well. So that increased my confidence a lot. I said to him that I really fancied the idea of going to 110, and he was a bit sceptical about it. He didn't really want me missing any lifts, and I said, trust me, I'll get 110. So we agreed to slap 110 on the bar, and this would be a massive pause bench PR for me, something I've been chasing for a long time. So got more aggressive in my setup. Obviously had the encouragement and the motivation from Andrew, who was giving me the handoff. Setup got really tight. My arch here is looking pretty good. I'm wearing a pretty tight t-shirt, so you can see the height of my arch, and I was really keen to get this. So and as you'll see now, it moved really well, and I think Andrew was suggesting that 115 was on the cards for this meet, so this may well be a second attempt. It was going to be my plan third, but I might use it as my second and go for broke on the third, but we'll just have to see how things move. And on to the last day of the week, and this was deadlift day, so this was the big day to finish off the week. Again, had Andrew here sitting in front of me. We had the gym to ourselves, so it was really cool. It was like our own little private gym, so we could shout and swear as much as we wanted to, which is pretty cool. I spoke to Andrew about this session and said, what do you think is the better thing to do? Should I work up to a single at about 220, or should I do a double at around 210? And he said it's go for the double at 210, but if it feels good, then go for a triple. So that's what we agreed on, and that's what we did. So I just used singles up to 210, so that was 195, and that moved really well. I was also using Andrew's belt here as well, which was a much tougher belt than I use. It's a lot less flexible, it's a lot firmer, so he sort of gave me that to try out, just in case I like it as much for the meet. So this was the 210, and I'll just let you watch this without any commentary.
Let's go. Go, let's go. Come on. Dig it. Down. One more. Let's go. Let's go. Down. Come on. Don't quit. Keep pulling. Down.
So there we go. That's a triple at 210, which is a massive PR. The reason why Andrew said to go for the third rep because he really wanted to see me kind of grind a rep. He was saying how he's watched all my deadlift videos and he's never really seen me struggle with the deadlift, and he wants to kind of get me used to having the fear of having to grind a deadlift out, because come meet day, you know, we're planning on potentially going for 140 kilogram deadlift now, and that's going to be a real tough grind of a pull. So I've got to get used to just holding onto the bar and just pulling and pulling and pulling until my eyes blue, basically. So, but overall, it moved really well, so I was really chuffed. Then I just moved on to some floor press. Didn't go mad. Worked to 100, 105 as my top set. I had no one around at this point. Andrew was gone by this point, and I had no catches or no safeties on the rack. So I could have gone heavier than this. I think, to be honest with you, I could have got possibly 110, because this moved pretty well. So, but left it at that. Then did some back offs, 3 sets of 3 with night 5, just 10% off of what I did for my top set, and just worked on those, and then did some accessory work, and that was it for the week, really. So overall, a really confidence building week. Feeling really good, feeling really confident about my lifts. The kind of plan has changed now from what I was planning to hit for my 3rd attempts. I think now I'll be hitting for my 2nd attempts and just going for broke on the 3rd one. So super happy. Let's see what the next week brings. Cheers for watching again, and we'll see you all in a week's time. Cheers, bye.